This recording might be all over the place, but it's important. Today's Easter. Well, it was Easter. It's 3:25 the next day. And my kids came over. My son brought his girlfriend. My daughter, who hasn't really talked much to me, came. You know, she's like, "Daddy, I'm coming tomorrow," was an exclamation point yesterday. Like, and I'm like, "Sweet." You know, I was going to wait to see her. But then, I mean, I'm glad to see him. I love having him there. You know, they came, and my son's girlfriend was there, who's the same age as my daughter. So, like, they kept going for walks by themselves, you know. They didn't even ask if I wanted to come. Like, I'm not just going to say, "Can I come?" I'm the adult. I'm not going to say, "Can I come?" So if they go, like, "Can we go for a walk?" I'm like, "Sure." So I let them go for a walk, and I sat there by myself on Easter, you know what I mean? And then they come back, and they, like, "Can we go down in the basement?" And they just sort of were talking about their kid stuff and doing their kid stuff. And the reason I'm saying this is because then it came up to, you know, we're starting to eat, and they're talking about hot dogs being called wieners, and the girl started saying dick, and talking about how putting dicks in her mouth, and I said, you know, I basically just said something to, like, no, it's not funny to talk like that, you know what I mean, like, basically something like that, and they, like, looked like I was the person who was in the wrong, because it wasn't cool for me to tell them to not talk like that. And then, like, later on, they were talking about Nicki Minaj and how their butts are so skinny and Nicki Minaj's butt is so big and people just, she's so hot. And I'm like, she's actually not hot at all. It's actually sort of repulsive, not because of her butt. But here's the point, everybody. Anyone who thinks Nicki Minaj has such a beautiful butt, think about this. Shit comes out of that. Awesome. Well, isn't that just great? Like, wow, she's got a really nice shit provider. And she's just walking, talking. I love her. But as a person and her actually how she depicts herself, I mean, she may not even be like that. She might be putting on an act, and she might be really caring and wholesome. But the way she portrays herself as a money-hungry, you know, like she's all that kind of bitch, like, it's just horrible. That's not attractive at all. It's the opposite of attractive. It's the most unattractive thing you can be. And for this world to find that as attractive is definitely one of the signs of what's wrong with the world. I mean, wrong is you know, an opinion, I guess, but everyone would say there's right and wrong. And if you go around telling people what the right thing is, even though they know, like when a kid is young, they can get in trouble because even though they know it's not right to do this, they're kids, so they're allowed to make mistakes. But then when you're an adult, you're not allowed to make those mistakes, even if you do the same thing. Well, the problem is, adults are just big kids, and kids are just little adults, and they're all doing the same shit. They're just allowed to on different levels as they go through age. It's sort of sad. Yeah, I mean, it's not just sort of sad. It's very sad. You know, a kid knows not to get in fights or punch people or hit people, but at that point in time, they think it's cool to get in fights. And there's some adults who kept that mentality who think it's cool to fight. Why is it cool to fight? What is the benefit of it? For your point to be made, for you to be right, or for you to be tougher? Like, I would rather let somebody kick my ass than fight for no reason. And if the reason is just to prove that I'm right or because I'm tougher, I don't want to win. If it's to defend somebody or the honor of something, then that's different. But people don't fight for honor. They fight for nothing. They fight for stupidity. So, and then, you know, I'm telling adults, you know, what's the problem in your life? You know, I don't know. I just don't want to be around, you know, I'm starting to ramble because I'm trying to think of words to put it in before I think about it. Anyway, ask any person, would they rather hear somebody say, "Do the right thing," or "Fuck this shit, it doesn't matter"? They'd rather hear, "Fuck this shit, it doesn't matter," because do the right thing is subjective. And what's the right thing? Is it right to shoot somebody? No. If somebody's going to shoot somebody you love, is it right to shoot them? You would say yes, right? But is it right? No, it's not. One life for another life. It's a lesson. It's something that you work out. But in that situation, they got rules and laws that we follow. Like right now, we know that the government, having a whole bunch of money more than everybody else, increasing our taxes and us blindly paying them, is stupid, immoral, and wrong. But instead, we just follow along and do it because it would be too hard for us to do anything about it. And people are like, "I know it's wrong, but I can't do nothing about it." Well, that's your mentality. You can't do nothing about it. If we get enough people together, we can do anything. People just aren't trying. I'm here to lead. There has to be more people out there who care like I do. I haven't seen many. I hear people talk about it, but then I see their videos on YouTube,
And that's just an act. They're just trying to get people to buy their fucking program, and it's so sad. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace.